What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Hefe, bringing y'all online My League series. If you like this sort of content, go ahead and subscribe, smash that like button, share for your boy. We're about to get right into it. Let's go! So we're gonna kick this season off with last year's awards. James Wiseman took home Rookie of the Year. Dennis Schroeder, Sixth Man of the Year. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player of the Year. Brandon Clark, Most Improved, and Brad Stevens was Coach of the Year. You already know who won MVP. Who else? Giannis Antetokounmpo, however you say that. We got the first team All NBA, second team, third team All Defense team, and I'm just gonna keep it a buck with everybody here that's watching this. You ain't gonna see no Utah Jazz, man. It was a rough year to be in Utah. We didn't even sniff the playoffs. But we're going to try to retool, get back into this playoff hunt, and it all starts here with this lottery. So we actually got the last lottery pick at pick 14. Lottery odds never really in my favor as of the past year and this year. But see, the Brooklyn Nets actually have the first overall pick. 9 times out of 10, they're going to take Cade Cunningham, 80 overall, point guard. Kyrie might leave this year. He might not. So you might as well go BPA, get the best player available in this draft by far over everybody else. And I believe that's what we went with. The game kind of skipped. And then you see the Magic got green. Let's see who the Thunder take, actually. Don't remember. I think the Thunder actually take Jalen Johnson, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I mean, it's not a bad pick for the Thunder if they do take Johnson, but I believe they do take Johnson here, if I remember correctly. We did have this draft last night, so like some people wasn't on, so I think this time we're going to go all the way through. But overall, I mean, see, I'm looking over my board, trying to find my best player available for my team. My thoughts going into this draft, we definitely need a center. Last year we got killed on the glass. I mean, absolutely killed and mollywopped on the glass. So you see, I'm looking right here, looking at this guy. He's not going to be my pick now with no B minus rebounding and no B minus inside post presence. This guy right here actually did pique my interest. He had B plus post defense, A minus rebounding, but I was like, there's no way he's going to fall to me. Mobley was by far the best big man on the board, but I know he wasn't going to fall to me either. And if he did, by the grace of God, I would be lucky. But a 7-footer, yes. Isaiah Todd, he didn't make the cut. Nimitz did make the cut. I mean, just look at this. B minus rebounding, B minus post defense. Well, what am I going to do with that, man? I need you to be able to bang down there with the big boys. And you bringing that to the table, I can't see myself bringing you in, man. Like, I don't know. Looking over the power forwards, that's somewhere else we were lacking. We had a stretch 4 in Bojan Bogdanovic, and I kind of don't like how that is on 2K at least. You know, in the real NBA, your player's gonna play hard regardless. You know, they're gonna hustle, they're gonna go after rebounds, etc., etc. On 2K, not so much. You got a little dude down there, he probably gonna get body. Looking there at Greg Brown, he was a very interesting prospect. Only thing is he didn't have the best defense. This guy definitely had the best defense. He had all the goods. I was thinking about him, but he had no scoring potential whatsoever. And I don't know if I can necessarily take such a huge hit where my team is right now. The roster you see right there on the screen is not the roster you're going to see at the end of this. All of those guys except for Donovan Mitchell Royce O'Neal and Bojan. Everybody else was on a 1-year contract. I was not playing around this year. I was trying to hit some home runs this year. This year was supposed to be my year. I said, this year, I'm definitely going to get me a top player to pair up with Donovan Mitchell. Get me a damn good rookie. And we're going to fucking run the table in the West. Because the West right now is the best conference in this league, at least. And in the NBA still, so it holds true on both. But I knew in my heart of hearts that was what I had to do. Actually, this guy right here at number 10 pick, he had a chance to take the second best center on the board. And he ended up taking a 70 overall, but I messed it up. I was looking at my own board. It skipped through it. It is what it is. He didn't take him. He took Maker instead of Mobley. And, I'm looking over and I'm like, well, if I can't get a center, what's next? Well, why not get a 3-and-D guy to pair with Donovan Mitchell, Nesmith, and, put Mitchell at the point, Nesmith at the 3, a good shooting guard at the 2, 3-and-D, backcourt on lock. And that's what my second thought was going into my pick. As you can see, I'm 3 picks away. 3 picks away. So right now I'm looking at Scotty Burns. I'm looking at Greg Brown. One of these guys gotta fall to me. Yeah, there goes center. Right before me. The pick right before me. There goes Shannon. Now going into my pick, I was still along the idea of, well, maybe I should get a guard. Lock up my backcourt, bring in some big guys in free agency. But ultimately, it wasn't looking too good for which guards was left. Like I seen guys that was just like shooters, nothing else, nothing more. Scotty Burns was still sitting there. He had a pretty decent shot. Good defense, decent rebounding. I mean, why not? Ended up getting a 75 overall. Pretty decent player, to be honest. Then after I went over it, I thought about it a couple times. And I think in my heart of hearts, what my heart was telling me was to actually take Greg Brown. Greg Brown actually is going to be the next pick by the Wizards, and Greg Brown definitely did not disappoint. He turned out to be an absolute monster. He has, I think it's 92 driving dunk. 92 driving dunk. Just athleticism out of this world. I do come back in the second round and actually get a pretty good center. That was pretty similar to a lot of the guys I was seeing. He was by far one of the best left. And I'm actually pretty happy with the draft, the 2 people I got. But time into this offseason. Going into the offseason, like I said, I was trying to make a splash, boy. Oh, look at that. LeBron James, Luka, Kevin, Steph. You already know who we going with first. Get the Chef Curry with the pop, boy. Listen, I told him, you can have whatever. I put that thing up to the max. As far as it let me go, I put it up to D max. Kevin Durant, I tried to put his up more, but that the max didn't go. That was fine with me, as long as I was throwing out max deals. And as I looked over the rest of people, I was just like, I took a look necessarily at players like Jason Tatum, Marvin Bagley, DeAndre Ayton. But I knew those guys was restricted free agents, so like there was no point in me throwing out an offer on them when the guy was just going to match it anyways. But then I seen something here. DeAndre Hunter somehow came into free agency. The guy didn't pick up his option for whatever reason. I was like, well, he could be a pretty damn good small forward to pair with what I got going on the Utah Jazz. Then I also seen my boy OG Anunoby, who could also be a good pair up to go on with what I got going on here in Utah. OG just offered a little bit more driving ability, scoring ability, as well as the defense. There was no I could pass up on that. I didn't think anybody else was going to go after him. That's probably my fault here. I did kind of lowball him. And, well, let's just say the results ain't what I wanted it to be. I got denied by all three. So, back to the drawing board. I'm like, you know what? Let's throw another offer out on KD. Like, what do I got to lose? There's nobody under contract on my team except for 4 players, basically. Well, 6, because the 2 rookies I drafted. No really anybody that's going to be here long term. I'm trying everything I can to try to give KD some more incentive to come join us. Just, KD, come play with your boy. Come play with your boy. And I was like, let's see what they got in the point guard market. Because this year I didn't want Spider to be having to run point guard. Kind of wanted him to, be on the wing and just, run around screens, backdoor screens, and just score. Just be a scorer. Not necessarily have to facilitate the offense. I couldn't really find a point guard that was of caliber for me to throw a heavy offer to. So then I'm just looking around. I'm like, is there anybody I could pair with Spider just to give him remotely any type of help? Like I said, Marvin Bagley, yes, I seen him there, but the problem with Marvin Bagley was that he was a restricted free agent, and necessarily the guy was just going to match the offer anyways, and I wasn't going to get him no house, so we didn't go in that direction. Just scouring. I'm like, where can I go with this money? And I see a couple people here that I could offer for that I really didn't want to offer for because I missed out on the main guys I wanted, the main stars. Kind of left me a little bit frustrated, if I should say the least. But I mean, what are you gonna do about it? You got to keep rolling with the punches and definitely put a team around Spider that can compete first and foremost. So, and I'm going through. I'm like, you know what? My boy Cy Gilchrist Alexander actually isn't the worst option. Oh yeah, I do make an offer here for Mikal Bridges because he's also like IRL. He's pretty dope on the Suns. So I'm like, he can grow. And then, like I said, Shy, I'm also going to throw an offer on him. He's 24. He can grow. He can play more of the point guard role or the 2-man role. Not sure what really I want to do. Who I want to put at what role. But at least give me the versatility to be able to switch back and forth between both guys. And with the age and the defense, I'm like, yo, backcourt, like I said, Naismith, Donovan. And if I can get Shy, backcourt is on lock. And once again, nobody wants to play for flipping Utah because it's Utah. And again, nobody wants to play for Utah because it's Utah. I had a second chance to come back and get LeBron and OG, and I couldn't get neither one because I'm in Utah. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody wanted to come to Utah. It was crazy. It was like, what are we not good enough? I mean, yeah, roster is pretty much incomplete, but I mean, we still got 2 pretty good players. Even Jalen Brunson is still muling offers like he's actually getting offers. Like, he doesn't even really want to come to Utah. Now, I threw him an offer. Nobody else even threw him an offer. I went on a limb, threw him a bone to get him playing some basketball. And he don't even want to be here. Listen. Utah, I don't know what y'all got to do. Y'all got to get some scrippers. Or, I don't know. Y'all need to do something. Because I couldn't sign nobody. No matter how much money I had. I couldn't sign I don't know. I sat here for at least at least 2 minutes just thinking like what to do now. You know, I gotta keep the train rolling. I gotta bring in some people. So Gary Trent Jr. was also sitting there, 88 3 ball, decent enough defense. Malik Beasley also was sitting right there, 83 3 ball. And I'm just like, those two guys can definitely fit in, but they'll probably be more of a bench role. So I'm just looking, I'm like, well, can I get somebody cheaper for the similar role? Not necessarily. And I was thinking, well, you know what? Maybe I can let Spider continue to play shooting guard, bring in a top point guard. That way I feel more comfortable running offense through somebody else, having another ball handler out there, and he could play defense. It was between Chris Paul and Kyle Lowry. What happened here? Kyle Lowry, yeah. Chris Paul actually was the better of the two. I don't believe in throwing him no 2-year offer because he's 37 and he's just going to regress anyways. So I threw him a fat 1-year offer that was $6 million more than what he wanted to make. But you know how we do it here in Utah. We getting a little greedy. So then I said, you know what? I'm also going to throw out a 1-year offer to Gary Trent because nobody bidding on him either. And then all of a sudden he has 3 offers on the table. But hey, I'm throwing out more money up front. 1-year prove-it deal that you deserve to be here. Got 1 offer left that I could throw out there. Just looking around. And pretty much didn't see too much that I liked. I mean, looking at the power forwards, but I just drafted a power forward, so I necessarily don't want to bring in another power forward. Looking at the centers, I do got a rookie, but maybe I could bring in somebody that can pretty much like mentor him and guide him into being an elite level-ish center. Then I also was thinking, see my guy right there, Tony Bradley. He's still only 24. Pretty darn good center, honestly, when I had him the last year. He's not asking for much on the bones. But as things wind down, I'm like, we overall, I need another piece to put alongside Nesmith and Donovan Mitchell, because those two guys, yeah, they can go out, especially Donovan, go out, give me 60, just give them 60 without trying, give them 60. But I need somebody to come in and give me 15, 12, some good defense, something that I necessarily can't say that I had on the roster already. But I don't really see nothing here. We missed out on the top prospects anyway. So it's kind of looking like we're just going to have these 2 bids out there on Gary Trent Jr. and on Chris Paul. Then I also thought like, whoa, if I don't get Gary Trent, maybe I should throw an offer out on Malik Beasley too. Ultimately, I decided against it because his defense was just pitch pop poor. Like, what am I going to do with a 66 defense, especially with how this 2K is working out? And once again, here we are. Nobody wants to play for Utah. Jalen Brunson is still Mueller offers like he's getting other offers. And that's how nobody wants to come to Salt Lake City. Jesus. Like, do we not have any tourist attractions here? Like, what is this place? It's just like a dark hole with nothing at all. Nothing. But what are we going to do about it? You know what I mean? Can't cry about it. Oh, look, we actually got some people to sign. We actually got Jalen Brunson, Tony Bradley, and Thad Young on some 1-year prove-it deals. Not giving out too much money, nor any long-term deals I'm going to regret down the line. But we didn't really bring in nobody anyways. We just brought in a couple guys from Lifetime Fitness and the YMCA to come hoop with Donovan Mitchell and say, hey, you guys feel like playing? Get some cardio in? Because for the most part, Donovan Mitchell probably going to take all the shots now because, yeah, what are you guys going to really do? Nothing. But I had a rough night going through this off season. It was rough. Like, I mean, it's like the typical one star on the team, and I'm the GM. They can't put a competent roster around him, and he's gonna up and leave me in a couple years, and then I'm gonna be sitting there with a rebuild on my mind. Like, look at this. Look at this. What am I supposed to do with this? Oh yeah, we brought in Josh Hart too. I forgot. Josh Hart and Josh Jackson, two great guys to contribute to winning. Oh, we're such winners. I mean, I still got 3 years left of Donovan Mitchell, so it's not the end of the world. But I definitely within like this next year, if I don't make the playoffs, because I know I don't have my draft pick this year. I don't know the ins and outs of why they traded it to the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't really remember. But yeah, I don't have my pick, but it's top 5 protected. And with my lottery odds, I'm probably not going to get a top 5 pick, and I'm not trying to get a top 5 pick. I actually want to make the playoffs. So I won't have a pick this year. No Philadelphia 76ers process going on here. Right now, I'm just looking for anything that can be remotely good to help out. Yes, Eric Pascal is right there. Could bring him in, but I had him before playing with the what's they called, Golden State Warriors, and the way his jumper is not that good. So I decided that we're gonna just bring in some point guards, some young guys, Anthony Simmons, Dennis Smith Jr. also was looking pretty nice. And especially with that 87 driving dog, baby Russell Westbrook, right here in the making, right before my eyes. So I'm going to throw him an offer out too that he wants. Maybe I get one of those two guys, see those guys grow, and maybe, just maybe, one of them can turn into something down the line. And then Devin Askew. If anybody was paying attention, this guy actually got drafted right before my center did. And I was looking at him during the draft process, and he's not a bad prospect at all, actually. Somebody that you have to be patient with, but the skill set is there for him to actually be something. But I'm not going to make an offer to him right now. See if he's still there during a regular season. We'll probably bring him in, just stash him on the bench. And hopefully he turns into something in a year or two. Hopefully a year. Because, like I said, man, it's getting thick. We already in Utah. People already don't want to play here. But if we was able to get a winning culture, maybe, just maybe, we could bring somebody in. I'm just looking at another guard to come in and relieve my two guys of their full-time duty of scoring all the points. And I really wasn't nothing there. It was just like, what am I to do? This guy also looked pretty darn good, but it's more of a project, and we kind of just need somebody that's going to help right now at this point of our lives. And, you know, there's that. Oh, you want to know something else funny? You won't believe this. You guys won't believe this. So, remember how I was telling you that we're in Utah? Yeah. We actually didn't get Dennis Smith Jr. because we're Utah. So, we go through to see the progression. See how players coming along. And funniest thing that's going on here, because he came to Utah, he actually got worse. You're 23, guy. How are you getting worse already? Because you play for Utah, man? Like, look at this. Like, bruh. He's supposed to be getting better. Ugh. My heart. Only person that really got better was Nesmith, which is what I needed him to do. Take a decent jump. He actually got a +5 on his 3-ball. So hopefully that can be very viable for us going forward. And we can use that as well as the scoring ability from Donovan Mitchell. And his defense actually went up +7. So we're looking at something that can possibly be great here between those two. I'm sorry about that, my son trying to play with his toys, trying to put some work in so he can get some more toys. Just looking around the league, the rest of the progression that was going on. God damn, look at this. Mavericks got it going on. Guys is just getting better left and right over there. Michael Porter Jr., yeah, I seen that. That man, oh my God. Even Victor Oladipo at the age of 30 is still getting better, which makes me confused at how my 23-year-old guy I just picked up. What? Marvin Bagley went up 7 points. Yeah, maybe I should have took him. Maybe I should have picked him up. As we go through the last little bit of progressions here, looking around the league, it ain't looking too hot for Utah right now. We already a small market. Nobody wants to live in Utah. But hey, that's what we got to do. We're going to keep trucking forward. I'm going to try to keep this series going. Try to get some other things going on the channel. So if you please can, go ahead, like and subscribe. Share for your boy. And we'll see you next time here on Gaming with Hefe.